What is up, guys? It's Lug here with Logic and Lever Gaming, and today we are back in Satisfactory for episode 4. When we left off last time, we had just finished up automating the very basics of iron. Got a little bit of concrete production here, and we set up a production line for automated concrete down there. And we have our copper production line pumping out wire. Today, I think we're going to try to unlock some more milestones and look into the field research. So let's get right into it. Go ahead and hop down from my tower here. Let's go take a look at the hub terminal and see what we need to do to unlock. So it looks like field research is going to require 300 wire, 300 screws, and 100 plates. The only thing we don't have automated in that line is the screws, which I hope to get to soon. So let's go ahead and check our inventory, see what we have. So we're going to need to grab some wire. We have enough plates. We'll need to grab some iron rods to craft screws. Let's run over here. Got plenty of wire. Run back over here, grab our iron rods. Got plenty of those. We're already down here. Let's go ahead and top up on plates. Alright, milestones. So let's go ahead and top up the wire. We'll go ahead and put in the plates, and we'll craft up some screws. Let's go ahead and put those screws in there, ship that off, and see what we need.
Milestone reached. Supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the M.A.M, with local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency and alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
So we have unlocked the M.A.M. It's going to require some reinforced iron plates, and it'll allow us to research some of the stuff that we've collected so far. So let's go ahead and craft few more screws and get our reinforced iron plates, and we'll get that built and check it out. We're back. Let's go ahead and plop down our M.A.M. and we'll grab some of our materials that we've collected. We'll start doing some research. Let's start with the alien. Let's go ahead and put our hog remains. There it goes. So these first few upgrades, they only take a few seconds. Now we'll get a message from Ada.
The remains researched belong to an organism now dubbed the fluffy-tailed hog. It has many characteristics that would likely classify it among the Suidae family were it native to Earth. Hog remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving Pioneer safety during exploration.
Now we're going to check out nutrients. Let's go ahead and get that researched real quick. Another message from Ada.
This fruit, dubbed the paleberry due to its tendency to stay light in color even when ripe, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
And now we'll do this one.
This
Another
fruit,
message.
dubbed the barrel nut after its distinctive color, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
And now we'll do sulfur.
This unknown chemical element was in reality an unusual mixture of solid sulfide and sulfate materials from which sulfur can be extracted. Sulfur's primary use lies in fertilizers, which we have no use for. Instead, this element enables access to more volatile obstacle clearing and pioneer defending tools.
So it looks like we can unlock explosives through the sulfur tree, which would be nice. The alien tree have some medical uses. The rebar gun will be really important to get unlocked. That'll keep us from having to use our little zapper. And scannable object enemies. Interesting. Some pocket dimensions. Another hand slot. Alright, so that's the M.A.M. That basically allows us to research all of our new ores and materials. I think the next one we're going to go for is object clearance, because this is going to allow us to make solid biofuel, which is a step up from the biomass which we have been running off of. It'll also kind of let us set up a slightly automated power plant with the biomass burners. Obviously, biomass cannot be automated completely. Automation doesn't come completely until the next phase where we can unlock coal power. But for now, I think that'll be the next milestone we go for. So we're going to need 500 screws, 100 cable, and 100 concrete. So we should have the concrete over here already. We have just enough. Perfect. And that was the last of the raw materials, so we'll go ahead and just get rid of these. Save ourselves the material cost. And we're going to run over here. Go ahead and add that concrete in. We have most of everything we need. We're going to have to craft some more screws. So we'll grab some iron rods. Right here. And we'll just quick craft some screws. And we're back. Save you guys the trouble of having to sit there and watch me handcraft things. Once you've seen it once, you've seen it a million times. Go ahead and add our screws in, launch that off.
Milestone reached. Solid biofuel, created from any biomass, ensures maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, the chainsaw allows for the removal of tougher wood and coral foliage. Additionally, your pocket dimension has been inflated to increase inventory size. Inspirational note: will you be the Fix-It Employee of the Month? You could be if you construct, automate, explore, and exploit by eliminating all obstacles to efficiency. This isn't just fun, it's contractually mandated fun, fun, fun.
So while Ada was rambling, we went ahead and plopped down our equipment workbench, which will allow us to craft a chainsaw. So we'll go ahead and craft that real quick. Okay, now we have the chainsaw. Let's add that to our inventory. Perfect. Now we just need to get a few leaves. Snag these ones down here. Make a little bit of biofuel to get us started, and we'll be able to use the chainsaw off of the biofuel. And then use that to further, not automate, but speed up the process of sitting here and having to collect leaves, because we'll be able to cut down trees, which give us wood, and wood is more efficient at making biomass and biofuel than leaves are. We'll still get leaves, so we'll still be able to make biofuel out of them, but it'll allow us to harvest large amounts of wood. So let's go down here and see how we have our biomass leaves and our biomass wood. Let's go ahead and make some of that real quick. And now we'll craft the biofuel. Okay, now we have our biofuel. Should be able to switch to our chainsaw. And this will allow us to run up to things like these little trees here. And now we can cut them down. And you see it gives us wood and leaves. So I'm going to put you guys on a brief hold, and I'm going to run over here and try to cut all down all those trees and all those trees. So I'm going to come back for just a second real quick because we discovered something that we haven't come across yet, and these are power slugs. So these will allow us to do a little bit of research in the M.A.M, which will unlock overclocking and underclocking, which will allow us to fine-tune the amount of output that our machines have. So we'll go ahead and collect him real quick, listen to Ada's message. I'm sure she's got one. There she is.
This semi-slug species seems to persist entirely through absorbing and storing energy from its surroundings. Studying this could provide new methods for improving fixit production line efficiency. Research it in the M.A.M to establish classification and potential application.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to cutting. If I find anything else, I'll hop back in. So I'll bring you guys back in. We have just stumbled across a crash site. Let's go ahead and take care of these fluffy tail hogs. And we'll go check it out. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. The whole idea is not to get hit by these guys. But I'm not doing too good at that. Let's get rid of this one right here. One more hit, he should be done. So, looks like we have stumbled across this crash site as I was cutting wood. These crash sites normally have a bunch of materials that you could possibly need, like 39 reinforced iron plates, concrete. We're in an early game area of the map, but some of the other ones that you can find across the map, I believe, have late game resources, which would be extremely, extremely helpful, especially when you're getting started and those processes aren't automated yet. I believe, yes. So we need 40 megawatts of power to unlock this, which I think we have everything we need to do that really quick. So just plop one of these down, hook the wire to the capsule. We'll put some of our collected material in there. We just need to... Oh, come on. Turn this on. Nope, so we're gonna have to put 2 of them down. I was worried about that. Put that there. We'll split that because we don't need it to run for long. There to there. There to there, there to there. Put the rest in here. Turn it on. Now, open up, give us our hard drive. So these hard drives are very useful. They can be researched in the M.A.M to
Damaged
give you...
hard drive successfully acquired.
Thanks, Ada.
All pioneers are contractually obliged to preserve and secure any recovered hard drives for analysis in the M.A.M, which may result in benefits to the Fix-It mission. Speculation as to why there are crashed freighters in your fix-it designated zone is discouraged as specified in your contract.
Well, before I was so rudely interrupted, Ada explained to you what those hard drives were. Let's go ahead and get rid of those. Did have to drop some of the stuff. Looks like our inventory is pretty full from grabbing all of the leaves and wood. So I guess we'll head back to the hub now, and we'll go ahead and make a bunch of biofuel and possibly set up a little bit more organized power setup. So we're going to rush back over here. And we're going to store some of this. We need this, and this. That can all be stored. It's not important. We'll go ahead and start the analyzing of our hard drive. Start scan. And then I will craft up all of this biofuel. Just go ahead and store everything that isn't going to be made into biofuel. Way doesn't take up any inventory space. We do have the personal storage box. I believe we need these and these. Throw down one of these. So we have somewhere to store said biofuel after it's all said and done. I'll get to craft it and I'll see you in a minute. Alright guys, we are back. That took an absolute eternity in real life. Looks like while we were doing that, our generators seem to have shut off, which is completely fine because we have plenty of fuel to keep them running. I did not end up crafting all of it. That took like 15 to 20 minutes in real life time just to get those 7 stacks. So we're going to store the rest of this, and there is a way to semi-automate that in the future. I think the next thing we're going to do is try to set up a little bit more of a better setup for our power grid, because we still don't have enough power to run our concrete, which is down there. And we're going to need a lot of concrete. So we have plenty to get us going. We don't need those yet. Or those. Grab our plates, our screws, our wire, and our cable. Now we're going to go ahead and go into build mode. Grab us some foundations. And we're going to change, there's different snap modes. There's also should be a way to change. So I believe this snap mode right here is connecting to the grid. So if we were to build on this snap, this would build onto the world grid. I could be completely wrong about that, but I believe that is how it works. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw down a couple of these. And now we should be able to snap all these together. I'm thinking if we run 6, that should be more than enough for our power needs at the moment. So we'll go ahead and put these down. Or even 3. We could probably get away with 3 for the time being. So we'll go ahead and snap all these down on our foundations here. We'll run 4 just to make it an even number. that snap down. And now the next thing we're going to do that's going to help us keep these things fed is we're going to get a splitter. We're going to run a splitter, skipping the last one, into every single one of these. Are we not tall enough to jump up there? I guess not. So now we're going to add some belts. Go to change build mode to straight. It'll keep everything nice and tidy. Feed all of these. And what we're going to be putting into these is, well, first we need a few more foundations. Okay, now we can throw down our storage container. Put it slightly off to the edge. Make sure we get some belts running up in there. Now we can put our biofuel into the storage container and it should feed to all of these by itself, keeping them fed. So as long as we have fuel in there, all 4 of these will stay running. While I'm building, we'll go ahead and preload that line. Preloading is basically where when you're splitting off in a manifold design like that, you want to preload all your machines, or it helps a lot in certain situations like these where you want all 4 of them running. So preloading will fill this one up. It'll fill up first as it's splitting, because everything that comes in, I believe it's, we can check to see how many. It is 60 resources per minute. So 30 will go this way, 30 will go that way. So this will fill up first, then forcing the whole 60 can continue on, and then that'll fill up next, so on and so forth. So we're going to go ahead and preload this line. So that way, when we get done, it should do everything we need it to. We're also going to throw down a constructor. We'll see why here in just a second. And from the constructor, we really do need another storage container. We'll go down here. We'll run this there. Run this. Ooh, does not like that. Run that to there. Now we should be able to fill this up with biomass and tell this to make solid biofuel. And this storage container there is just a buffer, so that doesn't get overloaded. So we'll take all of this. Eventually we'll have a machine that turns the leaves and the wood both into biomass, which will feed into this machine, which turns everything into biofuel. So go ahead and fill that up and put all of our biomass in here. Now we need to throw down some power poles. Can't run a power grid without power poles. With everything being on the foundations, it's nice and easy to keep everything equal and tidy. And we'll have this one be the one that feeds everything. We have some stuff down here that we want to feed as well. So we'll have one there. And then we'll put another one. Put another one over here. Maybe. Something like that. Now let's get everything connected up. Get all those connected up. They're going to feed over here, feeding the constructor to make more biofuel. And this is going to feed over here. And we'll go one more power pole just to keep everything nice and neat. and that's going to feed our concrete production down there. Should start seeing some concrete come out. We'll watch it for a second and make sure. Oh, there goes our first bit of concrete, I believe. And that'll feed those machines, which is perfect. Some concrete production going. See, our biomass goes in here. Solid biofuel comes out here. That'll keep us from having to handcraft that ever again. And then I believe now we should be ready to hook up our main power grid. So to do that without changing too much, go ahead and disconnect these and destroy these. And I think we're going to run off of that one. Rule of thumb for me, I never like to connect anything except the external connection to the power pole that is connected to the generators. So I'll have, say there was 6 here, I'd have 3 of these poles going to 2 each, and then a secondary pole on the outside like so on each that feeds our power grid. That way I'm never overloading the connections on these center ones. So that should be powering everything up there. Go take a look. We can check our power grid. Yeah, so our capacity now is 120 and we're only using 56, running everything. And I think for now, that should be just about it for this episode. We're running short on time. Yeah, I think we're going to end it there. So today we were able to kind of clean some stuff up, get our concrete production up and running. We've got our semi-automated power production down here. We got our biomass being made into biofuel. And I think next time we're going to start out the framework for our first factory. I see some iron nodes down there. I think we're going to set up a bigger iron production producing not only plates, rods, but also screws. And we'll bring our copper into making not only copper wire, but into copper cable. And I think we're going to I think that should be it. We cleared out a bunch of trees, as you can see. Found our crash site, checked our hard drive, which we will check out in the next video. And thanks for watching. If you like the content, please feel free to like and subscribe. It helps out a bunch. And we'll see you in the next one.